friends, and welcome to this week's cleaning video. I hope you guys are all doing well. For today's weekend video, I am doing a whole apartment reset. So you guys are going to see things from me doing laundry, to doing the kitchen, to picking up the living room, basically just whatever needed to be done, which I know can vary from each week. Each apartment reset looks different. So I hope this provides you guys with so much motivation to help you clean your space, whether it's an apartment, whether it's in house, whatever it is. I hope it gives you so much motivation to do so. We are actually starting in my bedroom, and as you can see, we have a suitcase full of clothes here. We had been home for a couple, I don't even know guys, maybe like a couple of days to a week, and these were all of my dirty clothes and some of the clothes I did not wear, but I'm kind of particular about, for example, we were in an Airbnb and I just wanted to wash it just from like traveling. I don't know, in my head I'm like, oh, it's kind of dirty, so I'm just gonna wash everything whether it was clean or dirty. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting a load of laundry going. I've talked about this before, but I like to have a load of laundry going so that way I can focus on other aspects while that's kind of going. So I'm gonna throw this in the washer really quickly. Once I get that cleaned up or put in the washer, I'm going to move on into my bedroom. Again, I'm still going to unpack a few things that were dirty that needed to go in our laundry hamper. And then I'm also going to pick up any various little types of dirty clothes on our floor. I'm also going to do that as well. Okay, after I pick up those clothes and put them in the laundry basket for the next load to go in, I am going to spray down our suitcase that we took with some Lysol spray. We did not fly. We actually drove my husband's truck. However, again, since this was in an Airbnb, whether it's in an Airbnb or a hotel, I still like to clean it off really well, and that way it's clean and it's good to go for next time. I use these packing cubes, and I talked about them when I was actually doing my laundry clean. These are so amazing and help with packing so much. So I'm just folding those or putting them together so I can put them away. And then here guys, we're in my living room. So I have this standing desk. I bring it in the living room every once in a while to do my homework or to edit a video. That way I can kind of switch up spaces so I'm not just constantly in the office. I can come in the living room, do my homework, and if I get tired of sitting, I can adjust it and make it stand. So I'm cleaning off all of this, and then I'm going to wipe it down. Also, I'm going to clean our coffee table. This is a place that food likes to collect. So this was our breakfast from that morning. We were eating some cereal or oatmeal, and we are really bad about eating on our couch and like watching the news or watching TV in the morning, and dinner also. Going to clean this up, spray it down, get it nice and fresh and clean, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay guys, I have a little dog camera that I use for Teddy, so whenever we're gone, it gives me so much less anxiety to know that I can see him on my camera. We had an outlet that actually went out in our kitchen that we have to have maintenance come by and fix. In the meantime, I put it on top of a bookshelf, and I love it so much better here because I'm able to see him on the couch. Before, when it was in our kitchen, I could still see him when he was on the couch. There were some parts of the couch I couldn't see him laying down, and so I moved it here and I can still see like everywhere he goes. We also keep all of our doors shut, so our bedroom, the bathroom, and our office, we keep all of that closed so he's confined to just the living room and kitchen, which he rarely goes in because, you know, there's nowhere to sit in the kitchen. He usually just sleeps when we're gone. I feel like that's really been helpful for us. If you have a dog and, you know, you don't keep them in a crate, just shutting doors and keeping them confined to one place has really been a game changer for us. So I have that camera there just for reassurance if I ever get anxiety. So obviously you guys can see now I'm in our laundry room and I'm just switching over the laundry. So I'm going to do that and then we'll move on to the next thing. Alright guys, now we're back into the living room and I'm just going to freshen up our couch and our chair. I like to take the pillows and the cushions off, flip them, pat them, get them re-fluffed up, and then I'll go in and spray it down with some fabric refreshener. Now I will say, you guys, I have kind of found like a little hack, and I will tell you guys, we have used the Downy Unstoppable scent boosters and I love those. Currently we're using the Bath and Body scent boosters, also love those as well. But what I'll actually do is I'll put a little cap of the Downy Unstoppable scent boosters and mix it with some warm water and shake it up, and it smells so good. And I feel like it is also fabric friendly, obviously, since you would use it with your clothes. So I'll just put a little of those beads in a spray bottle and spray it. I'll spray my couch, pillows, blankets, and curtains, and it smells so good. I actually get compliments when people like come over. They're like, oh my gosh, your furniture smells so good. Or even my curtains, like my husband has gone and like shut our curtains at nighttime and he's like, wow, why do these smell so good? I promise it makes your house smell good without like this overwhelming, powerful scent. So that's a little hack for you guys if you need a friendly, cheap way of doing like a at-home Febreze or fabric spray. Now I'm taking off all of our couch cushions and just using my handheld vacuum. I have this linked on my Amazon storefront. I'll also link it down below. I like to put all the links, like I'll have a product and I'll say, you know, handheld vacuum I used in this video, click here. That's also a great way. It just takes you straight to there so you don't have to look through my Amazon storefront. But if you want to look through that as well, it's also posted below. I'm going to continue to put the couch cushions back on. Okay, now we're picking up my dog's toys, which I love to do this. I will never complain about picking up my dog's toys. He does get some stuffing on the ground, which if you see that, you might see that in every video. He loves to destroy his toys. He's not a dog that is friendly. I mean, he is friendly with some of his toys, but most of them all have holes in them, and we'll just keep the ones that aren't like super damaged. So I'm just going to continue to put all of his toys up that are on the floor and put them in his basket. All right, now we're moving on into my kitchen. I didn't have a ton of dishes to actually put up today. However, I did have a ton of dishes that I needed to wash. So I'm interchanging, or I'm not interchanging, I guess switching out the towels. I'm putting this one in the dirty, and then I'm gonna get a clean one. Because we typically have a lot of dishes to wash, I do have a drying mat that just isn't as big as I need it to be. I keep always telling myself I need to get a bigger one. It's really small, so it's typically why I don't use it, because we just need more space. So I'm going to wash all of these dishes. The ones that we have sitting in the right side of our sink are actually pretty much clean. I had them soak, but I also like to go in and wash them off, and sometimes I'll scrub them down if I just feel like they need that. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these dishes to the right of the sink. After I put those dishes away, I am now going to clean the right part of our sink. Like I said, usually what I'll do is I will scrub the dirty dishes down pretty good, and then I'll let them soak in the right part of the sink. So I like to have this part of the sink really clean, and I'll clean it in between washes. So I'm going to scrub all of this down. Then we're going to go in and clean all of the dishes that I have to the left side, which is kind of like my dirty side. I'll clean them, I'll scrub them, and then I'm going to let them soak in some water. guys, once I get that kind of completed, I am going to pick up a few odd things around the apartment and turn on the water to let all of that soak and fill up. While that fills up, I'm going to just kind of scrub down our countertops, take everything off. The little part to the left of our sink usually gets pretty cluttered. We have a jar of honey sitting there. Please, if you guys have any tips below, let me know, or I guess let me know in the comments below what tips you have for not getting your jar of honey so messy. My husband usually will make breakfast and he'll put like honey on his toast or our toast, and a lot of times I go and get the honey jar down and it's just so sticky. Because we get our honey from a friend of ours that does local honey, which I think is the best type of honey, comes in a mason jar, and so I think when he goes to pour it or if he goes to use a knife, it just spills everywhere, and that just might be part of it. But I've put a paper towel underneath it and put it back in our cabinet to hopefully not like let the stickiness run everywhere, and I also clean the jar off. So if you guys have any tips on that, please let me know in the comments. Now I'm moving on. Like I said, I'm just going to clean off everything. So I cleaned off our stove, I cleaned off the counters, and then we're going to get into the next thing. So our next thing is going to be to unload the dryer and then go fold everything. I didn't want to bore you guys with just sitting here folding laundry. I have a whole video on my channel of doing laundry, so if you need extra laundry motivation, you can go and check that video out. It's just me doing laundry basically the whole day. So I tried to film little clips so you guys could still get a glimpse of me putting laundry up and it just not taking a whole 10 minutes to do that. Guys, so after I get this load in, that is pretty much going to wrap up this video. I always make a face when I'm getting the lint out because it always gets in my eyes, so I turn my head and I close my eyes to make it, like, I don't know, seem better. But anyway, thank you guys so much for making it this far in the video. If you made it this far, please comment in an emoji and let me know that you made it this far. I love you guys so much. Thank you always for supporting. Be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. See you guys.